Good on you, Mark. Number one for the blue team. And I'd say this is a southern bluefin. Very good, couldn't be a better start. Is that fair? Is that fair?
Actually, a short time ago, Bill, you said that it doesn't start till we get to the reef.
Oh, no, it started when we left the island. Yeah.
No, that's not what you said.
No, that's your rules. Our rules are different to yours.
Yeah, oh, okay. All right, if that's how you want to play. Those rays pull hard, don't they, mate?
Not on the surface, mate.
Well, today's a pretty special day for me because I'm on board Crusader 3. Crusader 3 is a long-range fishing charter out of Port Lincoln called Why Not Fishing Charters. And what I thought I'd do is issue a challenge to everyone. Let's divide up into two teams, goodies and baddies I'm going to call them. Peter McGrath here is a sergeant from Victoria Police and he's fishing on board. I reckon he'd be ideal to head up the goodies team. They can play by the rules, double check every fish they're caught, verify the species with a Decky Simon. My team though, the baddies, well, I don't think we'll play by the rules. So that's the challenge. Most number of species. You need to dig deep in the gillies and asari box here. And as an added incentive, he who catches the largest fish, or she who catches the largest fish, will get a Casio Tide Watch. Now, while there was a bit of debate about the rules and the makeup of the teams, in the end I was pretty happy with my team. The blue team included Neil, Scotty, Steve, Marco and of course myself. Now as for the opposition, there's a lot of debate there. Poor old Peter was whinging and moaning that he only had 4 members. But as far as I could see, Deb, Michael, Sergio, Robbie, Peter, that's 5. So this is Simon the Decky. And he's going to be adjudicating and refereeing today. You're going to have to identify all the fish for the white team. Maybe not so much for the blue team. Here's a couple of fish rulers. There's some fish ID cards with all the different species we can catch. The whiteboard's over there. You're in charge of putting all the different species up there as we get them during the day. Yep. And then when lines are up at the end of the day, you'll be the one picking the blue team as the winners. Good on you, Mark. Number one for the blue team. And I'd say this is a southern bluefin. Very good, couldn't be a better start. Now with all great challenges, there's always a little bit of controversy. Is that fair? Is that fair?
Actually, a short time ago, Bill, you said that it doesn't start till we get to the reef.
Oh, no, it started when we left the island. Yeah.
No, that's not what you said.
No, that's your rules. Our rules are different to yours.
Yeah, oh, okay. All right, if that's how you want to play. Those rays pull hard, don't they, mate?
Not on the surface, mate.
Well, I don't really know why I'm smiling, because first tuna of the day, Billy breaks the leader and we lose the fish. Maybe Peter's telling me crime doesn't pay.
Go on, Deb. Do me proud. Well done. Well, this is a nanagai, beautiful eating fish, and the first fish for our team. You've done us proud, Deb. High five.
High five. Let's
beautiful
get some more
fish.
on the board.
Now, after I lost that first fish, I got the team together and I thought, hey, crime does pay. So when the guys aren't looking, we're just going to put a slimy mackerel on the board. Maybe we didn't catch it, but we'll just see how we go. Maybe we'll get away with it. Just looking at the leaderboard there, one apiece, white team nanagai, and blue team we've got a slimy mackerel. This is going to be a much better fish here, Scotty.
It's Samson.
Good on you, Scotty. Samson fish for the blue team. Very quickly, mate, you need to get him back in the water. 300 gram octo jig on the bottom, just slow jigging it on the bottom. Lovely. First Samson.
First Samson.
First for you, first for the blue team. We're away. Very 2 on the board now. Let him go. See you later. Good one, mate. hate to say this, Rob. That's a cracker. And one for the white team. There you go. This is up over 20 kilos too, I'd say.
We got colour yet, Serge? Kingfish. Well done, Serge. You're a good team player, mate. Not a huge kingy, but a nice one, just the same. And of course, it's another species for our team, mate. So that's what? 4-2.
Oh, come on.
Well done, mate. We're kicking ass.
Yes.
Now, sometimes in these competitions, I stop smiling because things aren't going our way. Are we fishing well enough? I reckon we are. I just reckon we're not cheating well enough. Beautiful. Now, you may not have noticed that I actually didn't hook this fish, but swapping rods for the blue team is all quite legal, but not for the white. Got him.
So who hooked that fish, Bill?
That was what's called a strategic changeover.
There's more like a cheating changeover.
Well, there's no use giving it to you because it would have been against your rules. I'd say the white team is getting very worried at this point in time.
Yes!
We've got him on. Yeah. Peter from the white team.
Oh, I've done him.
Keep going, you get another one. Keep going, you get another one. Straight away, you get another one.
I got him.
Yeah, you will. It's all happening now.
It's hard work. You're gonna have to get a bigger net.
Samson fish by the million. This guy's probably over 20 again. And just goes to show the slow jigged octo jig works a treat on these Deepwater Samsons.
That's a beautiful fish.
Yep.
Well, 117. See if you can beat that, boys.
We'll beat it in a minute, Bill, as soon as I get this fish in. Here I am.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, that's my PB for Samson fish. Yeah, 116 and a half.
Blues are away then.
Straight under the boat.
So what do you reckon, Neil? We need this, mate. We're 2 down. Nanagai, lovely. One of the best eating fish. Here you go.
Beautiful.
Great eating fish. And that's another species for us too, mate.
Well, get it on the board.
Oh, nice nanny too. That's a bit bigger than the ones you get in Sydney.
Surge is on. Pray for a mowie. Nanagai.
We've got the 2 team captains here and we have a problem. One is hooked up and I'm not.
And the other one's poaching.
I mean, I can only hope this is not a new species.
It's a nanny guy.
It's a big nanagai.
Big nanagai.
That's all right. This is obviously a Samson fish, so no great harm done.
Sid, you are my star team player. Oh.
So there you go. Good one, Serge. Even though you are the white team, one of the best eating fish in the Southern Ocean. That blue groper, that is just awesome. And I hate to say it, but we're now starting to get 2, maybe 3 behind. That was taken on a slow jig. It's nice and easy. Drop to the bottom and all you got to do is just slow jig it. So this fish, Sergio, has what's called a slot limit, a minimum size length of 60 centimetres and a maximum of 1 metre, and that just slots into it perfectly. So into the ice chest for this guy. Yes. Now, am I confident in my team? Well, no, not at all. I've got to say we're not the best anglers. There's some pretty good fishermen on the white team. Robbie's a gun. Sergio just knows how to catch fish. Peter's been fishing since he was probably 6 years old, and Michael, well, he just travels around the world fishing on these charters all the time. So, guys, I've got to tell you, the only way we're going to win is quite simple: cheat. Neil, my man.
Hey, buddy.
We've got some colour. Well, Neil, it's another species, Sergeant Baker. Only a little fella. Makes us some pretty good bait. Good one, Steve.
A little bit of weight in this one.
Has it?
I'll let it go to the bottom. I think it might be snag.
Steve, I know you picked it as a bronzy. It's actually a school shark. It's taken that K5 slow jig. You're jigging down near the bottom. That is very, very unusual, and that's a beautiful size school shark. That's 6 species now, Steve. Good on you.
Go blue team.
And that's a hard one to match too. These white guys aren't going to be able to do that. Well, I feel a lot better. We're cheating a lot better. We're fishing a lot better. We're swapping rods. We're finding those species. We're 6'5" and we're away. I reckon by the end of the day, we'll knock these guys off well and truly. Well, Peter, day's drawing to a close. Not quite, but probably it's about that time when you just get that little bit of a queasy feeling in your stomach. You're starting to feel a little bit sick and concerned.
Who? You?
You.
Me?
Yes, you. Just look at the scoreboard there, 6-5.
Yeah, there's still
6
time
for
left.
the bluefin.
There's still plenty of time.
Striped tuna, I think. That's good. Striped tuna. It'll be pretty hard to beat because we're not going to catch many of them today. Decky Simon was saying he hasn't seen one of these for 5 years, so excellent stuff.
Yeah, it's white team, Rod.
Now, very good move, Marco. Acting like you were a white team member, when actually you're on my team. And you grabbed that rod off Robbie and you got the fish. Rob didn't even know you'd given it to the wrong person. Look at the colours in that, Mark. Another striped tuna. Good stuff.
Serge, I'm proud of you, mate. Have you caught a tuna before?
No.
Oh,
First one.
come over this way, quick, keep it off the marlin board. That's it. Ah, good. Whoa, he's perhaps a little bit smaller than the other one. It's a fish on the board for us. Well done.
Now, the rules of the day are that we've got to catch all our fish on lures. And it's good to see that we've caught both species of squid on lures, and the white team's only caught one. To catch a southern calamari on a lure, it's not all that unusual. But to get one on a knife jig and to actually film it underwater, I reckon that's pretty special. The way that squid slammed that knife jig, it even surprised me. And the reason you can see it, I put a little Water Wolf underwater camera at the top of my rig, just so I could see what was happening down there.
I just can't take this no more. My soul quivers and moans. Don't leave me stranded on my own. This time around, baby, you know I got it, you know I...
Bluefin, beautiful. Oh, lovely stuff. There you are, Mark. Southern bluefin tuna. We're 3 species in front at the moment. We've only got about 2 hours left. You're not going to concede yet, are you?
No, mate, no, there's still light in the sky.
So all the lures we're using in today's challenge came from the Asari and the Gillies range of lures, and they're all packed in that big Plano tackle box that the guys plundered. At the top end, they're using a Power Max jig, which is a knife jig and ideal for getting down into deep water quickly when there's lots of current. But I guess the downside to that is that they can be pretty tough on your body to jig with them all day. So a lot of the guys moved over to the slow jigs that were in there. Things like the octo jig that's been around for 10 years and is one of the best deep water slow jigs about. And that's actually the one that caught some magnificent Samson fish today. And the other jig that proved really successful was a K5 Trend, which is a new lure to their range and specifically made for slow jigging techniques. On top of that, there are a whole heap of micro jigs in there as well, and they're ideal for shallow water. Perfect for when you're moored up in the bay at night and you want to catch a few trevally, salmon, or even kingfish in the shallow anchorages.
Where are you? Billy?
What have you done?
Told you the day wasn't over. This is a good fish. This will be a bluefin for Team White, the goodies. I think it's only fitting that you should net it or gap it.
I think it's only fitting that I could lose it too, trying to net it.
Oh yeah, good point. Nobody let Billy near the gap or the net. Oh, last minute run. He's on the white team. He's had a last minute run too. Ready, Serge? He just might be ready.
Oh no, we caught it. Oh
Yeah.
no. Well, Peter, I'm thoroughly disappointed.
Oh, I'm quite the opposite.
How come the blue team couldn't lose it? You peg one back.
Told you the day wasn't over.
I'm disgusted. I'll leave you guys to it. Good one. So what we're going to do now, one of the best places you can jig is white water. So we've got an exposed rock here off the end of this island, and we're going to run the boat right in the middle of the white water, put the jigs down. I reckon slow jigs or hard jigging with knife jigs will probably work as well. It's only about 10 metres deep, so there's no problems with barotrauma and releasing the fish. So any fish that we get back, we can easily release them if we need to. And well, let's get in there, guys, and see if we can get a few kings. Fishing on board Why Not's always fun, but I got to say, fishing the wash, wow, that was just amazing. Rough, but safe. So it's certainly right in the middle of the white water here, and the guys are jigging their pants off there, so if we can't get any fish here, we're doing something wrong. Good man, Simon. Beautiful. Just on a slow K5 jig. Nice kingy. Another one for the blue team. Well, it's mayhem at the moment. We're right in against the headland here on the bomb here. The guys are jigging. Kings are a little bit slow to start off with, but they're all hooked up now. And it's action aplenty. Oh, another king, boys. Oh no, blue groper. Oh, on the jig.
A perler.
Scotty, awesome for the blue team. Man, have a look at that. We just get a little bit untangled here on a slow jig on a K5 again. Awesome, mate. First one for the blue team. Well, Peter, what an hour's mayhem to finish the day.
It certainly was.
On the wash rock.
Oh yes, mate, that wash.
Kings, Samson fish. Let's get back to the anchorage now, tally up, and see who's going to be waiting for the night.
That's right, mate. It could still be you.
Could be. Well, Pete, we're back on anchorage finally. It's been a very, very long day, but I've got to ask you this question. What is it out there?
It's night time, Bill.
It's night time and it's very, very dark time, and there's no more lure time. It's now eating time, and it's now checking the scoreboard time. So let's go and have a look at it. Well, Peter, the scoreboard, and the scoreboard doesn't lie. Simon the Super Decky has been looking after this all day. And the bad news for you guys, 10 fish.
Yeah.
And for us, 13 species. And like every good baddie team, mate, we did all the right things. We lied, we cheated, we stacked the team. And saying that, I'd like to thank my team. Neil, Stevie, Marco, and of course Scotty, who got that great blue groper. What about your team?
Well, I'd like to thank Debbie, Serge and Rob. Despite we were against the odds, I think we did very well regardless.
Well, I'd like to thank your team too, and I'm going to look forward to seeing them around the dinner table tonight. Thank you very much. So now you can see why I'm smiling, because it's obvious who won the comp. We're sitting down enjoying a lovely meal, and those white team guys are doing what they do best, waiting. Cheers to the losing team, and cheers to the winning team.